So I was really happy to hear and to learn as the Policy Lab developed that we were actually working directly with sponsors and that we were asked to do things that are very similar to the type of work that I'm doing now in my career. So in that way, it really paid off, but it was nothing like what I was expecting.
I grew as a person because it is challenging and it's hard and it's stressful, and having to juggle everything at once is not easy.
And you can't believe how much you've accomplished in so little time once you look back. Here's an opportunity to really take a project and take it from beginning to end, with all the nuance and complexities that it brings, with all the organizational challenges that it comes with, and with all the lessons that hopefully you'll gain.
The Policy Lab is a student-driven, student-led process in which the student teams take a challenge, then narrow down the scope to the areas of the challenge they want to focus on, and then they deliver recommendations to the sponsor that are intended to be both creative and feasible.
My policy challenge was with Engineers Without Borders.
Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation.
60 Million Girls Policy Lab Challenge.
And we were tasked with harmonizing Canada's securities laws and regulations to allow for equity crowdfunding.
Housing discrimination. Where does it happen? Which policies may be exacerbated?
Access to education, then remote areas, and gender inequality, and also educational solutions. So, okay.
There was a lot of learning that had to be done, especially with such a technical topic such as securities laws.
The housing discrimination itself is very poorly understood and not very much is written about it.
The process is actually very motivating to engage with a sponsor that is living with that challenge in their day-to-day, and to know that the students can have an impact with those sponsors, but also on the specific issue.
We cared a lot. We cared about the topic. We were not doing a work. We were working for something else, for people that were struggling with real world problems.
Part of it was like this really great opportunity to contribute to a field that we thought ought to be contributed to.
And to be honest, I don't think that Engineers Without Borders fully understood the complexity of securities law. So it was very useful to them because we were able to break it down for them.
It got a lot of attention, and that attention actually is now a potential solution in another NGO. So what's better than that?
Well, it's not just the difference about not having a boss, it's also about the team setting, right? Being one individual in an organization and doing one piece of the pie allows you a very narrow perspective on the entire policy process. Whereas in a team, given a challenge over a longer duration of time, allows you to have control over both the definition of the scope, the researcher, the stakeholder consultations, and the policy development afterwards. So you have a much broader range of intervention.
And I think that is the most wonderful part about the McGill School of Policy. You have a chance to make something, you have a chance to turn ideas into action. And that's how it's done through the Policy Lab.
Most internships will have you meet everyone who's employed at that office. One of the giant benefits of the Policy Lab is that your list of experts is for you to develop. Almost everyone is willing to talk to you. The amount of people and the different types of people that you'll be able to meet through the Policy Lab is unmatched compared to an internship.
You learn how to manage time, you learn how to manage stress, you learn how to build connections, you learn all types of different things in the Policy Lab, which are transferable in any profession.
I'm more of a doer person, and I believe that this Policy Lab format gave me that. So I had one step in the academia, but I also had one step in the real world.
Throughout the journey, I realized very quickly that I am so attracted to the policy making cycle. And that really helped me personally because I felt that it helped me secure my latest job. And I think the Policy Lab really pushed me to question whether I fit better in the world as a consultant or a policy advisor, and for me it was policy advisor.